And them had my niggas from Atlanta out here and some of my niggas from New York. We was out there fucking with it. And she was like, I do comedy. I'm like, yo, I got this woman Hayward and I'm starting 5 rooms in this motherfucker so we can put some paint where it ain't. And she's like, I'm gonna pull up. She pulled up, was funny as hell, and she back tonight. Y'all make some noise, start clapping right now. Start clapping right now for Polly does it all.
Thank you. I've been coming back and forth to Oakland for about 10 years now. I started coming here in 2013. And when I first came here, my baby daddy forbid it. He said, no, you cannot go to Oakland because you have a big butt and an open personality and you will be turned out fast. It was sage advice. It didn't take that long. But I'm trying to get out of it. I'm trying to get out of sucking dick. You know, they say women wrong, do as the Romans do, and they sucking dick in Oakland, y'all. But I'm getting a little bit older. I started hitting menopause. I don't know if y'all noticed I got this one-piece outfit right here. I like something that I only have to wear one piece of. But you know, ever since I started menopause, my pussy started hanging a little lower. And I noticed it's like balls now. I gotta wear some panties to hold it up or it gets a little sweaty down there. I learned some things through the course of prostitution here in Oakland, and I wanted to come and share a little bit of that advice with you. I'm trying to get out of it, but I'm good at what I do. The first piece of advice that I have is for the gentlemen. Gentlemen, I need you to listen to me. I need you to tune in. We're in the gym, right? We're getting in our reps and we're getting in our sets. And with less resistance, we can get in more training, right? With less resistance, we're going to get in more reps. Well, in that spirit, fellas, when I'm down there and I'm sucking your dicks for you, I need you to let the fuck go of my head. Because every time I lift up, it's like a 10-pound weight right on my neck. And I'm trying to give you that longevity, Poppy Grande. Shout out to Poppy Grande, he's a very talented artist here in the Bay Area. The next piece of advice that I have is for the women. Ladies, it does not matter what size it is, you need to give it a little gag. That's how you really get the fellas going. There's a symbiotic relationship between fat white women and black men. It's a love affair for the times. I love them and they love me. And in that, a lot of black men have hired me through the course of prostitution. And I'm going to tell you a couple of stories about that. So, this is 2025, and they pay what I weigh. That pussy is expensive. And in order to see me, you need to place a deposit, a digital deposit. So I got a call the other day to come about an hour from my house. The gentleman placed the $100 deposit, and I was on my way. Because this is a real business, and you need to put a deposit before you see this pussy. And when I got there, it was an older African-American gentleman. He was trying to associate with me by telling me how much he loved Jay Stylin. He was trying to look cool. But I was ovulating. And I don't know if any other women are possessed by the monster that is ovulation, but I will fuck a vacuum handle when I'm ovulating. And I'm not going to tell y'all how I came to that conclusion. So when I got there and it was this older African-American man, I said, you know what, I could do this. I love some black dick. And I stepped into the room. But the thing that you learn through the course of prostitution is that crack cocaine has a buzz to it. And when you step in the room and there's a little crack there, you can feel it. But it's not for me to judge whether he's doing the crack or whether he's selling the crack. Because as I said, fat pussy is expensive. So we lay down and we get to fucking. And as we do, he sprays his mouth back in a fit of passion like this. Ah! And that's when I realized I was getting fucked really good by a toothless crackhead. But you can't pick the clients. I like to tell stories about women, the differences between men and women. And there's two ways which women test whether or not their panties are clean. The first way is a density test. Now, if you're walking to the laundry and you see your panties on the ground and you say, I'm not sure if I dropped them from the hamper or if I dropped them from the laundry, you're going to pick them up and you're going to head to the crotch area. And as you do, you're going to crinkle it like this. And if it crinkles like your Uncle Tito who starches his jeans, they do not pass the density test. And there's no need to go to any further tests. Now, if they do pass the density test, the next test that you administer is a smell test. The other day I saw some panties of my own on the ground, and as I picked them up and I lifted them to my face for a hearty whiff, I heard my 16-year-old son say, wow, facing them is wild. Now, of course, I didn't intend for him to see me in this moment, but when he did, I said, should I be really embarrassed about what just happened? Or have I just taught him a very valuable lesson about women? There's one more thing that I like to teach my son about women, because as a single mom, I cannot teach him how to be a man. I cannot teach my son how to be a man. But one thing I do tell him is no matter what she says, order that bitch some fries. I'm going to close with one last story about my escorting adventures. Got a deposit to pick up a young gentleman one time. I head to the Popeyes and he steps out, young African-American man. He became a regular of mine, and the next time I asked him to pick him up, he said, would you mind picking me up at home? And I said, of course not, no problem. He said, okay, he sends me the address. It was our local homeless shelter. But as I said, when you're selling pussy isn't the time to get morals. And he probably could have paid the deposit on an apartment by the time he bought this fat pussy, but that's not my choice for him. So we head back to my house, right? And we get to fucking. And as we do, he leans in and he whispers in my ear, call me Kabongo. I said, ooh, I don't do race play. I got a mixed race child. We pro-black around here. We're not doing that. And he shook his head and he said, okay, and we finished fucking. Well, the algorithm is very strong. And a couple of days later, my cell phone says, Facebook recommended friend, Kabongo Scott. And I said, ooh, I fucked up. So I go to Google and I type this name in. And it turns out it's a Singali name. And it means the smart one. And I just need to tell you guys that sometimes when you're trying not to be a racist, you end up being a racist. Because that was that man's real African name. So now, whenever he drops that deposit and asks me to pick him up at the homeless shelter, I yell, hit that chick, Kabongo! And we're all having a good time. Now, I know some of you sat here and listened to this set tonight and said, I wouldn't pay her for pussy. I wouldn't pay for my friend to fuck her. I wouldn't fuck her with my friend's dick. And this is what I want to say to y'all. Fat pussy is like a warm hug for your dick. And everybody needs to try it at least once in their lifetime. My name is Kylie. Kylie does it all. Thank y'all for supporting Oakland comedy.
Y'all make some noise. Give it up for Kylie Does Comedy.